Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Call of Cthulhu on the PC. Last time we got out of the asylum. We went to this guy's house. We spoke to his wife. Tried to lie to his wife. Then we found the painting that there's a lot of hubbub about. And this weird creature came out of it, and we sent it back through the painting by stabbing it with a special dagger. And now we went to a bookstore. But I can't remember why. Oh yeah, Kat said something. Something. What did she say? What did she say? I don't even remember. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. She told us to come here. There's a guy named Algernon Drake that runs this nameless bookstore, which is full of mythos tomes, I'm sure.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. Was it Cthulhu? Great Cthulhu himself? In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because, up till then, the region was a favored refuge for cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. Huh. I thought the big thing they caught was like a huge whale, but that thing calls it a beast. And it ate the whales. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. 17 the. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. Brilliant. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Ooh.
What happened here?
Well, let's go into my mind palace and figure it out.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Okay, good to know.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Damn men.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Probably this elder sign.
What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it?
In the asylum, dude.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Ooh. Okay. In my younger days, I would have probably just gone through all of these combinations until one worked. But we won't do that.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Of course he did. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines, and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine, can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. You know, I get harped on sometimes because I pronounce it Miskatonic. And I recall doing research when I made, like, the locations video that told me that it should be Miskatonic. But I don't remember why or anything else about it, so... I don't know if I remember it really being, like, concrete evidence, so it really could just be Miskatonic. But whatever. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from you actions. Well, it's a handwritten note. Unless it's well, hold on. Now I really want to see if if the typo is there in the... Oh, it is. Okay, the typo is there in the original note. So I guess that's okay. But he said I have to be a genius to figure out this combination. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. I guess I do.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Yes, because of the Cthulhu dreams.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the Great Old Ones, were engraved at its center. The branch. Nice. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. Okay. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Why is the thing called the Key of Earlier file? Where does it mention Earlier anywhere here? I don't know. I know there's some hidden stuff lurking about. and we're going to find it.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends, written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Coppelius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
You already said that. Collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse. Written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Widebridge.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Cietti Brodiguera. That's not any correct pronunciation. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Book of Spells, supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Re-edition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L. W. de Lawrence's original.
Arkham Editions.
Sorry.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. Nice. Azathoth and Other Horrors. Cool.
Things are not looking good.
Yeah.
A kind of chalice.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif? I don't know. Am I supposed to read into this or something? Is there a number somewhere? Something about the Greek world is what we're looking for. Something, anything related to Greece. But there was some hidden stuff in here that I didn't find, so let me look. Here we go.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. Okay, well, brought up my occultism. So isn't that the thing that they stole from the grave in The Hound? If I'm remembering correctly.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Are you serious? That was it? This is what you have to be a genius to find? As precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. Okay. Alright, clues. Inventory. Cylinder. A cylinder meant to be listened to by using a phonograph. Okay. Do we have a phonograph? Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. Bump up that medical knowledge, baby!
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Well, Edward Pierce is just suddenly knowledgeable. These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the texts of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore in Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. Occultism, baby! Okay, there's gotta be a phonograph. Here it is.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, so the red stones in the goblet, in the chalice, that's the number.
The chalice of knowledge.
Okay, so let's start from this crack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is our first number. I'm gonna punch it in, just so we're all on the same level here. There we go. Okay. Let's do it again. Number 2.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Wow, this is some cryptic shit, man. I am not a genius. Okay, so still standing white pieces that are not the queen. That would be 3 by my count. Let's punch it in. Alrighty. Final one. Will I be a genius or not?
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay. Well, are there more than 9?
Drake talked about a particular
That's
volume.
7.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Or is he specifically talking about the
Drake talked about
Azathoth
so
one?
These are the volumes that Drake was
Which
talking
was
about. What did Drake
this
say
one?
about this collection?
I mean, did he just mean the number 9? No. Wait, hold on. Yes, he meant the number 9. Wow, I am a genius! Alright. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. It was the Necronomicon. So we're back in the Institute. Great. That's my favorite place in a Cthulhu Mythos game.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Do you concur? Has he been drugged?
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Well, let me examine him.
Very well. I'll examine him.
So I'm in a woman's body, huh? Nice.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
I think he's dead.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
I think he's been dead for a while.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Maybe it's like those guys in Return of the Living Dead, where they're like medically dead, but they're still sort of, you know, cognizant. He has something in his belly.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
God damn it. I'm the doctor now.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Here's a deep one.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Oh, you're turning him into a monster.
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
It's definitely
Is that
a
a threat?
human centipede
What did
type
he
of
mean?
doctor.
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Stay out of this.
I disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us, and I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Oh boy.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
Another mandatory stealth section in the asylum? Sounds great.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Alright, so we gotta get into his office. Which means first I have to find his office.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Where does it look like I'm going?
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Well, bitch, now I have to kill you. I have to distract her somehow, huh? Like a dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of the entries, the major works and the names of the reference authorities are listed. Great. Okay, let's think of something here. Can I just make some loud noises, or... start a fire?
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Why are you talking
Elizabeth?
to yourself?
You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
I see. So we could
It's
start a leak,
temperamental,
huh?
if I understand correctly.
Cut off the water. Right. Of course. So all we have to do is follow this pipe. Well, remember, I am a genius, so...
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan.
This is child's play for someone of my intellect. Can I pickpocket her?
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Okay, so someone has the key. It's anybody's guess, though.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
Where's the key to the
Well,
boiler?
you know where the key to the boiler room is.
Betty didn't put it back in its place? Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
Shut up.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
No, I won't.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him? The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Dr. Colden.
Is Betty the one I talked to?
Dr. Colden, here you are at last.
Oh, shit.
This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Right, and then off with his head.
He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Oh.
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Oh, get told, bitch. Alright, where'd that Betty at? Ooh, I found it on my own. I don't even need her.
All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Okay, I was wrong. This isn't a stealth section so far, so that's good. This is just good old puzzle solving. Look at this room. This is some Silent Hill shit. Oh my god.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Sure, the man could do it by himself, but the woman needs some special tools. God damn you. Okay, so I need a tool. Well, let me sprint around this asylum for a while. I'll find one. Oh, I'll find one.
An old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
She's repeating herself.
So unfair.
I mean, what kind of tool? A crowbar?
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again.
Uh-huh.
And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
Naughty girl.
And the answer is no.
Aha! A big wrench.
She doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh, well. At least we won't have
Now we're doing it.
Just wait and see the next time. It's a real show.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Oh. Hold on. Gotta talk to the lady.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Well, it's tough business. You know, nursing. You gotta roll with it.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here.
Alright, let's look.
The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Study of the Stendhal syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art. Of course, that makes sense. And we can...
Something is wrong with these masts.
Oh.
It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files.
Okay,
I was
perfect.
right.
The cylinder was hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted Sarah Hawkins to. Perfect. I mean, I don't need to remind you that I am a certified genius, so you should not be surprised by my prowess at puzzle solving.
I should go another way.
Okay. Wait. Oh, I wasn't done searching his office? I thought I got what I needed. Huh. Oh, we have to listen to it in here. That's brilliant.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Exceptional spelled wrong.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Ah, the light.
James came. Irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later.
Ooh, basement.
Why is Ethan on medication? Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Aha. She's almost like a detective. It's impressive she can also do this reconstruction thing.
I must go back to the basement.
Into the psychiatric wing. Oh my god. Silent Hill.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Okay.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead.
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Sure.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
That'll affect my destiny.
Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Oh. The book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of, Sarah Hawkins. But she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Do I finally get to shoot people? That would be sweet.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Oh, lockpicked. The diary of Reverend Wickwood's wife. Her husband, John, built the first Hawkins home, called Hilltop, at the end of the 17th century. They were among the first white colonists of the island. The previous inhabitants disappeared mysteriously 3 centuries earlier.
An old diary.
Why is it in his desk? Who knows?
Right. Enough time wasted. Holden needs me. I must find her.
So I'm assuming I have to be stealthy. What is this green smoke? What the fuck? What the hell is going on?
What is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else. What happened? Something has changed, but what?
I have no idea. I'm just walking around now. I'm in the Dreamlands, I guess. I can still read books. This very interesting book aimed at a wide public demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine. Magnetism, grandmother secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of the century. I see. Yes, I see, of course. I'm not sure. There must be a lamp or something I touch that teleports me again. I mean, this door is covered in elder sign. That has to mean something, right? Anything in this room? Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Oh, here we go. Humo Delinquente. This pseudo-scientific work by Cesar Lombroso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of this study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader. I see. I'm not an uninformed reader, I'm a genius. Okay. I wonder what the purpose of... You can increase your brightness? Wow. Oh, I guess that burns through your oil faster. My God, it's dark. Yeah, of course. This is how quickly a lantern burns through oil. It's incredibly inefficient. Kind of feel like I'm supposed to find something in one world and use it in this world. Because otherwise I'm not sure what this is directing me to. Oh, here we go.
Have I seen this symbol?
Okay, so it's a scythe symbol. Here. Maybe it's in the other world. Oh, and here, I don't even have a lantern. Okay, well, it's definitely this. Oh, maybe I should have pressed E. I didn't try that. No. the hell is going on? Okay, those teleports will probably come in handy in a little bit while we're being chased by a monster. But, yeah. I think we need to go in here. To find something. Oh, but it's not. This is a little trippy. It's showing something right there, but I can't get to it. So if I could switch dimensions, then maybe, but that doesn't really make sense either. Really, I gotta knock down this wall. Is there something else that I'm missing? But I would have thought whatever is new is where the answer is. Just try holding it up. No. Okay. Oh, now I can go through here. What the hell? I see. Well, I probably want to go through the teleporter, right?
It has trapped you.
Has it, though? Has it? I should probably end the video soon, but pretty close to something here. Let's try switching again. Nothing there. No. Hold on, can I open that? Oh, now we got something chasing us now. That's what I was waiting for.
You are confronting powers that surpass you.
And I need a refuel here. I'm out of light. I think this is where you just wait to die. Yeah. Okay, great. Alright. We really can't make things bright. And you know my favorite thing in video games is when it's too dark to see anything. Are you shitting me? I should have memorized the layout. Okay, you can kill me. Alright. I don't know if it's actually there until you run out of light. Like, I don't know if you can bump into it. Because I feel like I would have at this point. No idea where I'm going sometimes. I mean, this version's a lot brighter. I like this version. 'Cause this way you can see all sorts of stuff. Okay, so I think since I opened the door, now when I come here in the other version, it won't teleport me away. I think that's how it works. And I know pretty much how to get there, I think. So we should be okay now. It's just really roundabout to get there. Here we go. Hope I don't run into a shambler. Jesus Christ. Okay, I ran into a shambler. That was definitely pre-written. What a fucking jump scare that was.
Looks like things are back to normal.
Okay. Then I will... Whenever it says game saved again, that's where I'll stop. It shouldn't take too long. Right there. Perfect. Perfect place to stop. Alrighty then. We're back in the asylum yet again. Cause I don't know. Why? No, I'll save my comments until the end. My name is Mangg. Game you're watching has been Call of Cthulhu. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.